I wanted to share something, and yes, I'm dressed for bed, but I wanted to share something because I was watching the sisters, listening to some of its sisters' testimony, and I just got to, tearing up a little bit because how um, she was sharing her journey as far as like, you know, coming away from a family basically that didn't, see her and used to being rejected, right? She's used to being rejected. And it's like she's walked into a new family, right? That has received her. And this is the same, like, a little short testimony for myself. And it just triggered something I was thinking about, how, I was just this confused child that was molested young and just confused and just grew up around just a lot of demonic activity and then grew up into a confused teenager and, even up because there wasn't even any healing, into adulthood, and so it just took some time for, God to really do a work on me. And he had to remove me from those that rejected me, that couldn't see me. And some of you, you may deal with this. You may have dealt with this from your own, either your mother or your own father, or both parents, any family members that reject you and they can't see you. But then God removes you from them and, you know, and and brings you new family. And so she got to speaking about, how people have poured into her and, and it was hard for her to receive. And it's hard to receive because you're used to the rejection, constant rejection. And it's funny because that's the same with me. It's hard. It took me some time when the Lord kept telling me to receive. It was time for me to receive that. It just, the way it dawned, it just didn't dawn on me that how heavy of a blessing walking into this ministry is. And I was also told that no one would listen to me. And just like the young woman, and so it was a lot of things that was spoken to me that was supposed to stop me, right? It was meant to stop me from my purpose, from what God was telling me, from what God was speaking to me. And just because other people couldn't see it, it doesn't mean that God didn't call me to it. And God, I'm telling you, he will carry you through when people can't see you. He will carry you through and he'll hold your hand. Even when people are calling you crazy, God will give you a vision. He'll give you prophecy and, he'll tell you to run with it. And he didn't give other people that vision or that prophecy, right? He gave it to you and he'll tell you to run with it. And people will mock you. They'll mock what they don't understand. They'll mock what they haven't heard. What they didn't hear from the Lord. They'll mock even what they never seen before. But you have to know in the name of Jesus what God has spoken to you and hold on to it. And that has been me. God has given me a vision. He's given me many visions. He's given me many prophetic words. And over time, the Lord has used me to speak them, even with Kingdom Marriage, where people will think, I lost my mind. Oh my goodness, Kingdom Marriage. She's, I'm gonna go into this deeper soon, but people will assume certain things, concerning you because they knew your life, they seen your struggle. And so somehow along the line, the story is, oh, she snapped and lost her mind. No, you just don't understand what my journey has been. You don't understand my story, the story that God has written for me. He's the one that whispers to me in the secret place. He's the one that holds me when I cry, when I'm crying out in the name of Jesus. He's the one that rocks me to sleep. He's the one that has given me encounters. He's the one that has been my best friend. So when people are flapping their lips about what they don't understand or what they haven't seen before, even we have to be bold enough to continue. We have to be bold enough to continue to stand for what God has spoken to us, what he has shown us. And so, just trying to make a long story short, I just want to encourage whoever you are that is listening to me. All the rejection that has happened to you, it was already in your story. The abandonment, the broken heart, all of it, the people turning their backs on you, the people calling you crazy, it's all in the story. And the Lord knew that you would be strong enough to stand. The Lord knew that you were going to be the one to break those generational curses and stand on the promises and back up God and be loyal to the Lord, and be in love with the Lord. See, he knew you before you were in your mother's womb. So he already knew of you before he spoke you into your mother's womb. So I want to encourage you with this. Be bold and continue to stand on what God has spoken to you. I don't care how people looking at you, if they want to turn you away, if they reject you, whatever they're saying, whatever lie they're making up about you, because they did it to Jesus. So whatever vision, whatever your calling is, you stick to that. You hold on to that, because only you know what God has spoken to you in your secret place. So I just listening to the sister when she was talking, it is the truth. It was always hard for me to receive. I had to learn how to receive, because God has given me a new family on this channel, Greater Faith. And I'm telling you, there has been so many ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, because I've gotten closer to the Lord. I have grown a bond with the Lord, and I'm so in love with the Father, and I see him for who he truly is, instead of what people made up about him, right? And I've been, it just encouraged me to walk even further in the journey, walk even deeper with the Lord, go even deeper with the Lord. So I just wanted to encourage all of you that experience rejection and God told you to walk away and he's given you new family. Listen, receive, because that's a gift. Receive. Okay. I love you all. Thank you again for sowing into our God's ministry, because it's not mine. I'm just a vessel. So if you stayed this long, I pray an extra blessing over you in the name of Jesus, 1,000-fold. But I'm glad that I have gotten this far on the journey with the Father, and I have learned to receive more in the name of Jesus. My God, even receive love, even how the love is being poured out to me is a blessing. It's a gift. It feels like a reward. Okay. I love you guys, and endure.